We've brought together a number of adults with different occupations and ages for our study of the learning process.
Okay, honey, before it gets too cold.
Oh, thanks, sweetie.
Now, psychologists have developed several theories on how people learn.
So what do you have planned for today?
Got this notice from an experiment at college. I mean, hey, $5 and I'll help with study learning.
One theory is that people learn quickly when they are punished when they make a mistake.
Well, that's at Yale, right?
Uh-huh.
Actually, we know very little on the effect that punishment has on learning, since no real scientific studies have been made on this topic.
Oh, will you have fun? It sounds very interesting.
Today, we'll be asking some of you to be learners and others to be teachers. We want to find out just what effect different people have on each other as teachers and learners, and what effect punishment will have on learning in this situation. Therefore, I'm going to ask one of you to be the teacher and the other to be the learner. The way we decide this is to let you draw from these two pieces of paper upon which I have written the two positions. You may take one, and you may take the other. There. Now, would you please open those and let me know which one of you is which?
Teacher.
Learner. All right. Now, the next thing we'll have to do is to set the learner up to receive the punishment. Learner, want to step in here, and the teacher, you can look on while we get set up. Here, I'll take your coat. Go ahead and have a seat right there. That's fine. Would you roll up your sleeves, please? Okay. We'll have to strap your arms down to minimize any excessive motion on your part during the experiment. There, I hope that's not too tight. The electrodes are connected to the shock generator in the next room. The electrode paste helps provide a good electrical contact and prevents any blistering or burns. Now, let me explain the procedure to you. Your teacher will read to you a list of word pairs, like these: nice day, blue girl, fat neck, and so forth. Then the teacher will read only the first word or first half of the word pair, like blue, followed by 4 other words like boy, girl, grass, or hat. You are to remember each pair. Now, your job is to remember which one of these 4 words was originally paired with blue, and to indicate your answer by pressing one of the 4 buttons on the panel which correlate with the words. If you get it right, fine. If you get it wrong, however, you will be punished by an electric shock. So it is to your advantage to learn the word pairs as quickly as possible. Now, do you have any questions before we go into the next room?
No, but I think I should say this. About 2 years ago, I was in the Veterans Hospital in West Haven, and while there, they detected a heart condition, nothing serious. But now that I'm having these shocks, how strong are they? Are they dangerous?
Well, no. Although the shocks may be painful, they're not dangerous. Anything else?
No.
All right, teacher. Will you take the test and be seated in front of the shock generator in the next room? This machine generates electric shocks. When you flip one of the switches up, the learner receives a shock. We'll begin with this test. You'll proceed as we have discussed. When he answers the word pairs, you are to...
That is correct. Next, dark cloud, fast horse, hard rock, flat ground.
This is 60 volts. The answer is rake. The next one...
That's incorrect. Answer, house. 135 volts.
Incorrect. The answer is dog. 105 volts.
The next one.
210 volts.
Whether the learner likes it or not, we must go on until he learns the word pairs correctly.
Well, you can just keep your $4.50. I didn't want your money anyway.
$4.50 is not the issue here. That money is yours simply by showing up. What is essential, however, is that you continue the experiment.
Well, I don't think so.
You just made a noise in there.
Let me out of here. Let me out. I told you I had heart trouble.
Hey, is Heart's bothering him?
Oh, man, his heart? I'm not going to kill that man. No, sir.
Teacher, continue. It's absolutely necessary that you continue.
How many he has left? He doesn't know what he's getting into. I'm not going to hurt him. I'm not going to be responsible for this.
I'm responsible. Now, continue, please.
Cow, dog, house.
Let me out.
That's incorrect. Answer, dog, 345 volts. Answer? Answer, please. He's not responding.
Teacher, if the learner does not respond in a reasonable time, about 4 to 5 seconds, Consider the answer wrong and proceed as you normally would for a wrong answer. Now, continue, please.
Neil, if you don't answer, you're going to get a shock. Answer is sky 330 volts. You okay in there? You okay in there? That's it. I mean, it was okay before. He's not responding now. I think you should see if he's okay.
Teacher, continue, please. The experiment requires that you go on. Now go on, please.
It says dangerous, severe shock, XXX on this one. This is crazy.
Continue, please.
Wrong, and 450 volts. That's it, we're done.
Now, continue, teacher, with the last set of switches on the panel, 450 volts for each wrong answer.
Oh, no. I think you should see if he's okay.
We can't check once the experiment has begun.
But some people can't handle that shock. I mean, what about his heart condition in there? He said he could...
Whether the learner likes it or not, we must continue until he has learned all the word pairs correctly.
No, I think he could be having an attack or something. I mean, he could be dead in there. What about, I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but I think you should see if he's all right.
Teacher, it is absolutely necessary that you continue the experiment. Teacher.
450 volts, that was incorrect. Wrong, 450. This will be 450 volts again? Wrong, and 450 volts. Wrong, and 450 volts. Wrong, and 450 volts. 450 volts. That was incorrect.
Okay, teacher, we're going to have to discontinue the experiment.
Mr. Rowan, I'd like to ask you a few questions. How do you feel about this?
Not very good. I mean, I'd like to know how that man is. He kept howling in there, and we kept giving him more shocks.
Well, who was actually giving him the shocks?
I was. I mean, he made me, that other experimenter.
Why didn't you stop?
I wanted to stop. I mean, he wouldn't let me. I wanted to stop. He kept insisting. He wouldn't let me.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there anything Mr. Wallace in there could have said that would have gotten you to stop?
He wouldn't let me stop. He kept insisting.
Not the experimenter, Mr. Rowan. Is there anything Mr. Wallace, the learner in the other room, could have said that would have gotten you to stop shocking him?
I don't want to stop. I mean, he says it's got to go on. It's got to continue. He made me.
Okay, Mr. Wallace, it's okay. That's all. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the experiment. Mr. Wallace never actually received any shocks. He was part of the act. There was a standard set of responses. So he's okay and in one piece.
You mean he wasn't getting no shocks? I'm glad to hear that. I was getting worried there for a while.
Yes, and there was no study on learning. We were actually studying you, along with others like yourself, in a situation of obedience, to see whether or not you would obey a figure of authority and administer the most lethal levels of shock to a helpless victim. So it's okay. We'd like to thank you for your time, and we'll get in touch with you with the results of this experiment.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
How was your day, honey?
Oh, it was all right.
Well, what about that experiment? Was it what you thought it would be like?
Honey, I don't think he'd be interested in it. It was no big deal.